Hello, makers and planner friends. How did we all survive the Hobonichi launch? As far as I can tell, it was pretty grim for most of us. I have never had that much trouble. I suspected there may be some glitches with their new shopping platform, whatever that they told us about months ago. But yeah, that was a lot. I normally get on there, like for 6 years now, I get on there at launch time. It's my little yearly ritual. Get on there at launch time, fill up that cart, in and out in 15 minutes. Always get what I want. Nope. I proactively had myself logged in. I proactively had all the things I thought I wanted favorited, took out those that I was like, girl, dial it down. Chill out. Took that stuff out. Had a very, responsible favorites list. I may have gotten something I perhaps shouldn't have, but that's all right. And I go to check out, and like most people, server busy. Please try again. Okay. I go back. I try to check out again. Back, forth. F off. And then it emptied my cart. And that's when I chose violence. And that repeated itself multiple times. Refill the cart. Try not to stab anyone. And one thing sold out pretty quickly, which was not a big deal. I just thought I'd like to try them for some things. Those anything envelopes or everything and whatevers. Not a big deal. Moving right along, 2.5 hours later, I got my stuff. Thankfully for me, I'm on the West Coast, so it wasn't like it was midnight or something. It was a responsible hour. But it was frustrating, and I am there with all of you who had a hard time. But we survived it. And hopefully next year all the bugs are worked out and we don't have the same problems. I hope you got what you wanted. I know a lot of you went and popped over to Yoseka and other things to get your stuff. That feels even more expensive. Had I only been ordering one thing, that would have made sense because I wouldn't have paid the shipping from Japan, but I didn't do it. I just powered through, got it done, and then consoled myself with dog snuggles and books and and fall. This weekend I started putting fall flavored screensavers on my big TV so that while I read or whatever, I have this nice ambiance in the background. And I went ahead and I've started a playlist here on the channel. I think I called it Ambiance, and I've thrown in some of the ones that I used or may use. They're fall/Halloween themed, and I made it public. So if anybody else wants to throw up some lovely fireplace crackling rainstorm having pretties, pop on over there and you can maybe pick one. And if you have a TV that does apps, which a lot of them are now, go to your YouTube app, pick one of them, play it. Some of them are a couple hours, some of them are 11 hours. Anyways, it's been a real vibe up in my house, and I am so here for it because fall, y'all. All right, let's get to business. What I'm doing today is my August flip through, but I made a real solid effort the last couple days to go through and fill up blank patches so that I can give you some ideas and examples of what I do when there's far too many empty spaces for my heart to handle. I know we established recently that I came to the conclusion that no one's going to die if I have blank pages, and July has a multitude of them, but I just wanted to show you some of the ways that I fill blank spaces in case it gives you some ideas of how to fill yours if you're someone who cannot stand having a bunch of blank pages in your books. So first of all, my monthlies, as you may or may not know, are pretty slim pickings. All I really do is actual planning, actual real life, whoopsie-doosies planning. So what's going on? When do I need to be a place? When is my partner coming here? When is therapy? When is that book being released? Coffee Monsters Co. release sales, something like it's legit planning up in here. And then for my weeks, it's turned into something, it's morphed a touch. I used to do a lot of back planning, real low key. I have meetings at this time. Some of this stuff in there. Not really a whole lot of that anymore. So let's go to here. This is where August starts. And now it's more like memory triggers, journaling, short form journaling. I don't maybe get into all the details, but I might say the things about what happened. And then if there's more to say about it, I can do it on the dailies. Otherwise, sometimes it's like, this thing happened, cool, that's all I need to know. Right here, I finished slow stitching this journal cover, and then here are my feelings on how it turned out, and I can write more about that later if I want to. And then I'm like, oh, let's go see if I did, I didn't, shoot, or I did. Here I had some information about, keep it down here, lady, how much water I drank and what fasts I was doing and did I spend money. These are some newer stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. So that, again, blank spaces. I just threw that in there and then put a few stickers and some twinkles in the back. I did my weather here this week, but normally I do it in my dailies. Men's gymnastics is a vibe today. That was when they were doing the team competitions, and our pommel horse bro, like the whole team was just a vibe that day for me. Chest pain, don't be alarmed, I'm fine. Probably my last HelloFresh box that day. This one, again, when did I spend money or didn't spend money? I did the highlight, low light. And my highlight was that the Apprentice to the Villain book was released. For my book girlies, I just love those books. Assistant to the Villain and Apprentice to the Villain. They make me giggle. And I actually annotate in them. And it takes a lot of restraint not to just highlight every bit of it and fill the effing thing with flat page flags, because I just have the best time when I read that. And then my low light was the Women's Australian Breakdancer. We'll just leave that there. She's getting enough attention. Does anybody think I can find some plus size green track pants for Halloween? Anyway, I started refreshing my memory on keto stuff, therapy, Apprentice to the Villain release arrival started. Couldn't wait. Had to get it started. Nothing too exciting. Oh, I think this is the video, the one that turned my YouTube channel around for me, where Sterling Ink blew my brain up. And I talked about how it was very surprising for me that was the thing that brought so many of you into my life. I'm still here for it. I'm having a good time. Season 4 of The Boys, and how cringy it is and wildly inappropriate, and how I have to push pause every time my mom pops into my house. She lives next door, because I never know what's going to come on the screen. And I don't really need that to happen when my mama walks in. Olympic closing ceremonies. Same sort of stuff over here. Fasting water. This is where I made a tentative list, the planner scramble, for what I thought I might get from Sterling Ink and Hobonichi. And then I said this will change 50 times. I wasn't wrong. Some appointments to book. No time to write. Not today, anxiety. Shopping for keto. Gloom and gloomies. I was in a funk because of relationship shenanigans. Took my Dutchy boy to the vet. Some normal routine things, dental cleaning, comprehensive exam, etc. But I asked them to look at another lump. He is riddled with lumps. Most of them they think are lipomas or have been tested and come back as lipomas. But since he has had cancer twice, if anything, if I find anything that seems not lipoma-ish, anticipational grief is a bitch, y'all. And I was in a teary, sad mood, and the vet called and said she thinks it's a lipoma. So crisis averted for now, but she did confirm we think his back hips are very not happy, and there's been a pretty steady decline in that area, and he's just an old man now. And so we have upped what he is taking for his old man snack, as we call it, to help him with that stuff. Keto stuff. We went to see Deadpool and Wolverine and had my last ramen before starting keto. A lovely thunderstorm. You guys, I love when it's warm enough to open up all the windows and sit and listen to the thunderstorm and the rain. A lot of my windows, if they're open, nothing will happen because there's overhang stuff over the top of them. I love it. And Dutchy made me go to bed. He was in the bedroom and he comes out and he looks at me. I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And he goes back to bed. I'm like, "All right." And then he comes out and he looks at me. I'm like, "Oh, is it snuggle time?" And he goes back to bed. So he summoned me to bed. We had a nice snuggle. I probably watched a lot of YouTube. And I was officially keto. And then, oh, there's 2 more weeks. Therapy, keto flu starting. I felt like I made 2 whole planner decisions. Feeling down. It was my nephew's 21st birthday, though, so I did go out and celebrate his birthday with everyone, and I got him his first drink. I finished Apprentice to the Villain. Such a good time. Me getting interrupted repeatedly for that one cursed video. Stomach stuff exacerbated by keto flu. Political somethings. I got the Midori MD Codex this day. The Hobonichi Preview full lineup. I finished I Am Malala audiobook. I finally got to spend some time out on the patio with the fountain and just hanging out. I felt like hot freaking garbage, but the patio was nice. But while we were out there, Mr. Dutchy was having a hard time laying down and being comfortable with his old man body. And so he was just standing most of the time, and it must have tired him out because he went to scratch with the left leg and the right leg went out on him, and it broke my heart. So the next morning I was out there with him, and I was like, well, this will not stand. So I immediately ordered a dog cot. So it's raised up off the ground a foot, or I don't know. It's raised up off the ground like a cot. And then I put his big cushy dog bed on top of it when we're on the patio. So he was laying out there like a boss. and just living his best life. So now he can lay out there and be cozy when we're out there. And then y'all, I couldn't be more ready for fall. Is it fall yet, please? Please, can it be fall? I decorated a little bit yesterday. I don't care. I'm not gonna apologize that it was, September 2nd and I was already putting out some Halloween stuff. Anyway, that said, as ready as I am for it, and I'm putting a vibe on the TV with the fall, y'all, it's gonna be like 100 Thursday or something. And I'm just like, no ma'am. No ma'am. I don't want it. I've started, now that I am kicking the side hustle and more, I started a little chart of when am I working work hours and when am I working side hustle hours. And these days, that was painful. A lot of hours for both. Added something to my Etsy shop. I put together some little packets of collage bits, ephemera bits, some vintage, some new. For anyone that wants to collage in their journals, I'll show some of that. That's one of the ways that I fill up blank space. Operation Rebrand. That's when I was like, we're doing this. We're changing the name. We're going to do a new logo, new website, all the things. Now is the time. Let it begin. New filming and art surface. That's this. This is a very expensive table I was normally on, which is getting ruined by people, not even me. So I was like, that's it. We're going to make a faux tabletop and protect my fancy table and do whatever. And, it's nice. I'm sorry if half of that was off screen, because I apparently today, however I'm set up, is closer and I'm used to being up here. Okay, keep it here. All right. Shenanigans, more shenanigans, Starseed, some live sales that I managed to pop onto this time. Another planner change. My cousin stopped by, who hasn't been here in probably 20 years. We very rarely see him. He stopped by and chatted for like 2 hours. It was lovely. Some quiet planner time. I got my hair cut. I done chopped it off. It's like, I don't even think it's touching my shoulders. It was in the middle of my back, basically. And now it's not even touching my shoulders. Woo! Chill morning because my blood sugar tried to kill me all night again. Gotta figure out how to adjust meds. And then, it's Hobonichi time. We've discussed that. Because of my blood sugar, I was basically dead this morning. Figuratively, thankfully. But almost literally. For multiple nights in a row, because another night of blood sugar drama. And then swearing to say, leave me alone. It's time to order sterling ink, which took me like 5 minutes. She was... Her website was much more keen to take my money. All right, so now let's go to the dailies, where there are more examples of how I fill blank spaces. So you can see, let's pop back to July for a second. You can see, first of all, I was transitioning from being in my sterling ink standard size to only being in here. So that was why there's so many blank pages back here. Eventually I decided to only be in here and it was getting more full, but I didn't bother to go back there. You can see that I do some book review type things on the day that I finish the book. But there's a lot of blank happening back here. I got new beats, so I put some of that in here to fill up space. I do lettering. This is a recipe happening right here. Stickers, obviously, lots of us do that. This is my thank you card from Paper Test Designs. Here is a collage example. So some paper from an old, like 1980s dictionary. That's vintage now, isn't it? I'm vintage. Ugh. some sterling ink stickers and some other stickers and ephemera bits. But let's get to August. So what I do at the beginning of each month is at the end of the month, I print out some highlight photos. I don't take a lot of photos. I'm trying to get better at it so I can do this. But the highlights I said for August were that I started keto. That was a big food prep day. I finally got a peace lily to bloom. Y'all, this is my second peace lily. The first one never bloomed. And this one I've had for 2 years? I don't even know. And it bloomed right after I nearly killed it. Like, it was crawling to the sink for some water. And the next thing I know, 2 big ass blooms. Like, I don't know, plants. Complicated. There's my boy out on his his old man setup on his cot, just chilling, loving life. And then, guys, my nephew turned 21 and his brother surprised him. He got a shirt made that says, "I love my autistic brother." They're cute. All right, so one of the things I do to fill up space, we talked about stickers. A lot of us do that. I take, throughout the months, whatever, if I see something on, let's say, Instagram that strikes a chord, it's a quote, it's a something, whatever, I will screenshot it. And then I will either print it out or write it in to fill up some space. And in this case, I'm a grown adult and I do exactly what I want. Correction. What my dog wants. Fully accurate. So I'll write in quotes and some larger hand lettering so it stands out. This is from a magazine. The magazine Bella Grace has some beautiful photographs and quotes in it. And you'll see several of those throughout August. This is some washi that came on some packets of vintage ephemera stuff. So as I was making up the packets for my Etsy shop, I just kept them. So you'll see that scattered throughout. This is from the Bella Grace magazine. It was a beetle, somebody traveling. I liked it. And then another book review. These were these were just some like highlights of what's been happening with me. I was really happy with how this cover turned out. Some leg issues I was having seemed improved. It might be my last week of making sourdough since I'm starting keto. I've really been cranking through audiobooks. So just some bullet points about stuff that was happening versus journaling it all out. Here about the Coffee Monsters Co. order I got, plus I placed more. Maybe the happy ending is that you fall in love with your life, cook with your friends, laugh until you tear up, dance to your favorite songs, and create beautiful moments. And maybe you realize that love is already all around and inside of you. I will put like what Instagram or whatever that I get the things from. This is a quote from this book that just made me laugh so hard. This was the chapter title. And I was doing it as an audiobook, so you get to hear the voice of Marcellus, the octopus. Day 1361 of my captive. Oh, let us cut the shit, shall we? We have a ring to retrieve. I laughed so hard when this one came up. To-do list. This is my enthusiasm for my new cover. I think this is talking about making more changes for my health and doing keto. This was a quote in the magazine that wouldn't quite fit, other than I think it was gonna fit if I turned it sideways, but I didn't want to for this one, so I cut it up and glued it in here like some sort of ransom note. Nice library. Is one of these a trick book? How so? Like you pull it off a shelf and hidden doors open? Oh yeah, all of them. 'Cause books just take you to another place. Am I right? This quote, don't leave your coffee for too long and then be surprised when it's cold. I'm not talking about coffee. Deep. Apprentice to the Villain. Just saying that I got it and I'm thrilled to start it. No matter your age, you'll always wish you started younger, but today is the youngest you'll ever be. More stuff from magazines. She's not the save me type. She's a watch me sculpt this water kind of girl. You can't just assume she needs rescuing. You haven't seen the shipwrecks she's survived. This is from Apprentice to the Villain. The villain says, does your mind live in the gutter? And Evie says, no, but it rents there on occasion. They just make me giggle. Bless her heart. This is when Sterling Ink rocked my world. My initial take on Olympic breakdancing, I had a hard time. I had a real hard time. My weekend plans were canceled because he was sick. My Olympic breaking addendum, where I said the men's breaking was far more enjoyable. I'm leave it at that. I set some baby goals, mini, if you will, and some things I'd like to get done. I should really check in on that and get that done. Let's put this there as a little bookmark. Here's another piece of collage. Some dictionary page, some old vintage ledger paper, a new faux vintage something. Most of these, not this one, are Sterling Ink stickers. I think this is La Dolce Vita sticker. The closing ceremonies. Craftrovert, a person who recharges their soul through the art of crafting. Me. This is the week that I started to sort of transition into keto, so I said I was keto adjacent. And then what if? What if I did actually kick butt with keto and things? If you avoid conflict to keep the peace, you start a war inside yourself. And then here's from the magazine, old dictionary, more of that washi that I saved. Being an old soul is difficult because you are not here for greed, lust, inflation, quantity, comparison, competition, nor constant experiences. You are here for solitary peace, tranquility, soul, wisdom, deepness, love, and empathy. Relationship dramas. What hustle culture doesn't understand is that resting is not taking your foot off the gas. It's putting fuel in the tank. More relationship shit. State of the Union. I am the union. Talking about how I'm feeling physically, emotionally, whatever, regarding all the things. Whew, I like this one. This is from the magazine. And then collage bits. The quote says, oof. Fall in love with your life. Wake up early. Buy your favorite coffee. Go for walks. Eat good food. Wear what makes you feel confident. Listen to your favorite music. Purposefully create these small moments that make you fall in love with your life. Yes, all of that. I do rando lettering. Maybe I'll do a lettering video. Like nothing hardcore. Just some of the ways that I switch it up with some little lettering nuggets. Pack a bag. Let's find a place to hide from the world for a bit. I don't care where. Let's just go. We will drive until we find what we're looking for. Maybe that something is just a place to be. All those things we haven't been safe to be anywhere else. Oh, and this goes without saying, you know, you can see, but I also fill space with my to-do lists. The movie we went to see and what we did that day. I'll miss you, ramen. Because today, start the keto, you absolute legend. And so we did. Some washi that I toss in occasionally. This was nephew birthday day. I finished the book, so that's there. A couple photos from the evening and some notes about that. Boop. From darkness to light, I choose joy. Political stuff, we'll just boop on from that. Life is just a series of obstacles preventing you from reading your book. My codex came, so I put that in there, and I also got a TCMC order. I finished this book. These are the washi that came that day. The new faux tabletop, some notes about how I did that. Let me just tell you, I got a 1/8 inch thick piece of paneling. So like plywoody stuff, but real thin. And then I put contact paper or like peel and stick wallpaper on it. So this is super fake. But it's realistic enough that I still enjoy it. All right. I'm talking about how Dutchie's leg went out on him. There's my tentative, allegedly, 2025 lineup. Let's see. Still going to do that. I did do that. I did order that, but again, not confident. This may change. I'll see what happens when it gets here. If it won't lay flat, if I'm not happy with it, it's going to be probably paper test designs. Hobonichi, A5 Cousin, did that. A6 5-year, did that. Weeks Mega, did that. May or may not have done an A6 as well, but shh. Dutch the Spoiled Doggo, another photo of him on his bed. Oh, the old YouTube surpassed the 2,000 mark, which we have, I think we're up to over 2,300, which, gosh darn it, y'all. Gosh darn it. Just love you. Let the hustle begin. Things started happening, the pack, the ephemera packs, etc. May you have a week full of successes, blessings, and beautiful things, and may everything you do with love return to your life multiplied. I'm just a girl standing in front of a Tuesday asking it to be Friday. If you know, you know. And then this, I kept seeing this little mind fuckery thing on social media. Like, you got to connect all the numbers. I don't know the rules. I just noticed that they're always on the edge, so you obviously can't go around the outside. And then how? Because you can't cross these lines as well. And then one day I looked at it, I'm like, duh, etc. And I don't even know if I've broken any rule, but to me, duh, we got there. We got there. These are sterling ink, usually business cards. I think this had a QR code to something, but they're pretty, so I chucked them in here. Some orders I'm waiting on. Maybe the journey isn't about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that isn't really you, so that you can be who you were meant to be in the first place. Paulo Coelho. He says some deep shit. I really enjoy his quotes. It's my Friday because I have 5 days off for Labor Day. Be curious, not judgmental. Now, this is a Walt Whitman quote, but where are my Ted Lasso people at? Ted Lasso is my all-time favorite show. I know, bold statement, there's lots of shows, but Ted Lasso is it for me. I love me a Wednesday. I love lots of shows that I faithfully watch, but ain't none of them Ted Lasso. My sister recently sent me something regarding the rumor of there being a season 4 Ted Lasso, and I nearly lost my shit, and I told her not to fuck with me. Don't do it. Don't break my heart. And then I saw that it said he was signed on to be an executive producer or whatever. And I'm like, but tell me he's also acting in it. Ted Lasso ain't Ted Lasso without him Ted Lassoing. Like, his freaking in-your-face optimism. I need that in my life. You can't be sad and watch Ted Lasso. No. If you are sad, you won't be for long. I just freaking love Ted Lasso. Love it. And I'm sorry, Hannah Waddingham? Girl. We call her boss lady around here. She freaking fierce. I love me some Hannah. Did I just F up her name? It's Hannah Waddingham, right? Anyways, Rebecca, boss lady. Like, I have 4 Funko Pops over here on my working standing desk where I do side hustle. I got Rebecca and Keely chilling over there by one monitor. And then I got Ted and Coach Beard chilling in front of my main computer. I spend time with them during the hustle. They root me along. Get in the game, Kel. Do that hustle. I freaking love them. Some notes on high functioning anxiety. Hi, I'm Kelly, and I have high functioning anxiety. My own rebranding, not my hustle, because I got my fresh new haircut. When she got done, because I showed her the haircut that I wanted, somebody on Instagram, I showed it in the like sleek style, and I was like, but she also wears it with like flat iron curls. Can I leave here today with the curls? And so when she got done, and I told her, I feel like it matches my sass level today. So we did the curls, and when she got done, I was like, girl, you're gonna have me putting on makeup and leaving the house, because this kind of cute and sassy, and I'm here for it. And I told her, I go, do you watch Criminal Minds? She goes, oh God, yes. I go, Penelope, I want to be a low-key Penelope. I want to have my sassy glasses, and I told her I have some that have tattoo prints on them, like retro tattoo. I want to wear bigger, bolder earrings, because I really only wear tiny little white gold studs. I want to wear bolder earrings, and I want to wear color. I want to be seen. I don't want to blend in the background anymore. I want to be fierce. So I want to be low-key Penelope. So that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for. Could really go for, hi Alexa, don't bother me. Could really go for a crisp 56-degree October Sunday with a good book, pumpkin candles, and snuggling my dog under a handmade throw with coffee. This is, I saw something like this on Instagram, but I modified it because it said something about football and a crock pot on, and I'm like, what I want is this. So I changed it. Blood sugar stuff. Hobonichi Day, we all know how that turned out. And then we're on September. So, stickers, washi, collaging, quotes, stuff from magazines, ephemera. I didn't have a lot of ephemera collected bits this month, except for these, I think. But those are some of the ways that I fill up blank spaces in the old Hobonichi. Yeah, that's what I got for you. Whoopsies. For the August flippity flip. That was probably far more detailed. You didn't need me reading you all those quotes, but if one of them resonates with you, just go throw it into your own planner, journal, whatever. And there we go. I hope that's helpful. Ooh, I need to check in with this page. Check on that list. I hope that's helpful. I hope that you got some ideas out of this. Let me know if you do want me to do any kind of little lettering sort of video thing for how I do some of this nonsense. I know none of these are exceptionally fancy, but I know a lot of us don't like our own handwriting. I have feelings about that I could talk about, but yeah, let me know if you want me to do a quick little video on some very simple, nothing too cray. I don't have time to get cray in here. Just some simple lettering stuff that I think adds interest as you fill these up. All right, I'm gonna go. I hope you have a lovely day. I have one more day off today. So we're going to work on Hustle, and we're going to catch up on the tandem read, the Sarah J. Maas tandem read. I'm behind, and it's my book club. So, yeah, real behind. Okay, I hope that you have a fantastic week and you make tons of memories worth keeping.